Hi, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a really quick kind of annual video of what I thought my top games of 2022 were. It was an awesome year, so let's just hop right into it. My fifth favorite game of 2022 is Splatoon 3. This came as a huge surprise to me because I never played any of the Splatoon games before. I loved the gameplay. I was very addicted to this game for a while. I was just constantly playing it in the evenings, even when I wasn't streaming. The single player mode is a lot of fun. It's really, really good. There's like so much different variety in it. It's so much fun. But the online is definitely where it's at. They really like put a lot of effort into it. And it's like so addicting. Like you can just grind out lots of time and spend a few hours accidentally in the online mode. And it's just an absolute blast. So I really enjoyed Splatoon 3. Passed along my virus. My bad. What the heck? What? Number 2 is a Crisis Core Reunion. Now, I must say I never played the original Crisis Core, so this might be partly why I enjoyed this so much. It was going into a new experience. I love the Final Fantasy franchise. I love Final Fantasy VII, so I think getting to play this game was a blast and was just a welcomed kind of change as to all the other kind of AAA games that came out this year. It was a really good time. The storyline of this is really cool, you know, as it flows into the Final Fantasy storyline. I'm very curious to see how they're going to work this into the Final Fantasy VII remake that they're doing. The graphics have been upscaled. They made some like quality of life changes in it, and it was just a really, really great game. You can still tell that it was on the PSP, but I feel like they kept that for a reason. It still has all of its kind of older charm, which is really fun. The music also, you know, you can't go wrong with the classic Final Fantasy VII music. It's just so good and just a throwback to my childhood and Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I absolutely loved. Number 3 is one that just snuck in at the end of 2022, High on Life. This one came out on December 13th, so it just fit in there. But this game is a shooter, and I love my shooters, so that kind of ticked off the first box. Has that very silly Rick and Morty style comedy. A lot of people thought it was a bit repetitive, and some of the jokes were a bit silly, but I loved the humor in it. I loved the story. The graphics were very cool, like kind of a more unique sort of thing. You have gun friends that smile at you for the whole game, so it's really fun. I laughed out loud so many times in this game. And the music was apparently made by an AI generator to sound alien-like, which is super cool. And it was just really, really funky and cool and different.
Oh shit, more G3 causing trouble.
Come on, we just want a little kiss. Hey, butt out!
Time out! Ready for another wave, bounty hunter?
Number 4 is Cult of the Lamb. This game is such a blast. It just keeps you engrossed for hours and hours at a time. It also has Twitch integration, so you can, if you stream, you can play with your chat and have them kind of make decisions for you and help you with your summoning totems and stuff. And you can name everyone to be your Twitch chat. So, you know, when like you get your chat to like eat poop and all this stuff, it's a very, very, very funny game. It's just an absolute blast. There were so many times where I got sucked in and I was like, hey, I'm going to end for today, but I'm just going to do this one thing. And then, I'll just do this one more thing. And we'll do this one more thing. And it just went on like that for so long. And I absolutely loved Cult of the Lamb. The music was great. The graphics are so cool. They're kind of like Don't Starve a little bit. And there's this story like you're a cult leader and you have to go kind of fight things in Binding of Isaac style. And it was just an absolute blast. I didn't want it to end. And when it did, I was like, oh, I'm kind of sad. So I loved you get to like build a town and there's kind of the management aspect of that as well, which is a really good time. And the top game for me this year is Elden Ring, which I know won Game of the Year And, you know, I see why, so it was an easy pick for me. I absolutely loved Elden Ring. Everything about that game was fantastic. I put so much time into it. Actually, 176.9 hours. That is immense for a game. Like, that was not even me trying to 100% and like do everything. That was just me enjoying and needing to refight bosses and trying to collect cool things and exploring. There's so much to do, so much to see. You can spend so much more time if you actually go into like the depth about reading all the lore and finding all that out. I'm not really a lore seeker, but the little bit that I like did get to enjoy, you know, I absolutely loved. Just visually, this game is so stunning. It's like Dark Souls gone wild. It the backgrounds are beautiful, the Erd tree is beautiful, just everything in Elden Ring was great. The music for the boss fights is absolutely wonderful. There's so many songs that I'm like, I would listen to this like just for fun. Like, it's so well done and so well made, and absolutely loved Elden Ring. Great game, great game. I'm sure everyone has played it by now, but if you haven't, definitely do recommend taking a look into it. It's, you know, you don't really need to be a Soulsborne player to play it. They added a sort of, if you haven't played this yet, you can kind of thing. It's good for an introduction to those sorts of games, which is really great. No, don't throw me off, don't throw me off, don't throw me off, don't throw me off. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it. I knew it. And because I wanted to do a little bit of honorable mention here, a game that came out which also had me streaming for way longer than I should have, because I was like, oh, we'll just do this one more thing. Oh, and then we'll just do this one more thing, is Cat Cafe Manager, which honestly took me by surprise. I absolutely love this game. It has a little story to it. It's cute, you know, you get to pet cats, you get to like run a cat cafe. It's just overall a really, really good game and had me totally addicted to it. Unfortunately, didn't quite make my top 5 list, but still wanted to give it a little bit of a shout out because it's great. But that's it for our top 5 games of the year. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what you are really looking forward to for 2023, because I'm very curious and very excited for what this year has to offer. Take care. Bye.